Good morning and welcome back to Big Family Little Farm. I'm Jen, just in case you didn't know that. Anyway, today, you know that I'm filming this, is Monday. And on Mondays, I do kind of a house reset in the mornings. And typically I have classes in the afternoons, but some things in my schedule changed up and today I don't have classes. Anyway, so I thought I'd take you along on my morning to kind of show you what I do. Now, obviously I've already gotten dressed and, you know, hair done and all of this. It's still wet, so it's like super cold on my back. But anyway, I've done my stretching this morning. I did my Bible study and prayer time this morning. And then I don't have this stuff prepared yet for an iced coffee, which is what I like to enjoy once I start my day. But I did buy some soft drinks on sale this weekend, actually yesterday. And and I hardly ever do that, but it is a form of caffeine, and so it will work for today. So I have it. And this is not a sponsored video. I want to say that first. I am an affiliate of the company, but they don't sponsor me. I'm just sharing with you because I like the products. I've bought a couple of things from Dwell. Now, I'll leave a link in the description below. It is an affiliate link. I'll make, you know, some pennies, whatever. I don't even know because nobody's ever bought from them for me before. But this, now that you can see a little of the writing, this is my favorite cup currently. And it says, "Perhaps you were created for such a time as this." Dwell is a Christian apparel company, but they've also branched out into things like glasses. So that quote is from Esther 4:14, I believe. Anyway, I also have a little tote bag, and that's what I put my Bible in when I'm going, because I'm actually not sure I've ever talked about this on here, but when I do my Bible study in the morning, I have a book where I write scripture out. It helps my brain to remember it. And then I have a devotional book, and then I have a Bible that I read. And I put plus I have my prayer notebook. I put all of that into a bag to carry it with me if I'm going out of town or whatever. So it says Women of Faith, and it looks like books, and it has the women's names. So Esther, Mary, I don't remember all the names, but I would have to look. Anyway, and maybe if I remember when I get in there, I will show it to you. But for now, I'm gonna spin this way so that you can see. This is my little planner. It's not very big, it's not very impressive, but it keeps me into what I need to do. So I write my daily stuff, like every class that I have, all of that stuff in black. If it's my to-do list, it's purple. And then the pink indicates somebody else's stuff. Like today, my daughter has, band. Yeah, we're in October already, and I don't know how I feel about that. The pink is also for parties. And I write that on the day it starts, on the month calendar, but then I also have this. And so you can already see there are things on there. But anyway, so I will be working on my list, and I'll put it in, you know, fast motion, not slow motion, but the opposite of that, so that you don't have to watch it for hours. I'm just kidding, it won't take hours. like I've succeeded in something today, because there are a lot of like cast iron dishes and big dishes, and that's going to take pretty much all day for me to get done. It's just my favorite. It's not. Anyway, so I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm also going to have to clean up my reusable container drawer. A lot of people call it their Tupperware drawer. I don't have a whole lot of Tupperware anymore, or plastic anything. I use a lot of glass. So yeah, I'm cleaning out my drawer. Anyway, be sure to check out Dwell apparel. I'll make sure to leave a link down below. You can see even more of it now. There we go, I got some focus. This is one of my favorite glasses. In fact, right now it might be my favorite glass. And you normally, you see me drinking out of one of these. That's when it's water. This is typically something like coffee or soft drinks, something like that. Anyway, let's move on for today. Okay. Now you can see the dogs have been misplaced. That's because we were out of town and we didn't want them in Ida's room. But you can see it's not too big a mess today. I really kind of want to deal with this corner where all the workout gear is and make it a little neater, but it's not too bad. So, woo, there we go. So I'm just going to get in here and clean up real quick. I'm going to grab my vacuum so that I can vacuum the floor. Although I'll have to do that again after we move the dog crate. And the floor's cleaner than it was. Anyway, all right. Y'all, I'm horrified by my kitchen. Last week I was sick all week long. Unfortunately, chronic illness is like that. And in my stead, dishes piled up and the kitchen got messy and gross. And here we are. So, and then I came home from a weekend away to find a still messy kitchen. Anyway, so I'm going to clean it up today before I start doing all the prep work for the week. All right, so you can see what I'm working with. I'm unhappy with the mess, so I'm going to fix it. Okay, I'm going to take you on a walk. I'm going to put the rest of these soft drinks up. I want to know, let me know in the comments, do you call them soft drinks? Or do you call them something else, like soda or pop? I'm itching to know, really. Anyway, okay. So this is the inside of my pantry. There we go. So I put the rest of these soft drinks away, and then I'm going to need to sit a minute and cool off because I've started sweating, and I'm not in for sweating today. So here so that I don't have to carry them all. And now our juices and teas and stuff go on the top, but our extra milk goes on the bottom, and that's where all of these will go as well. So well, let's see. probably won't be fun to watch. Oh. So I'll speed it up. Oh boy, I just said all that and wasn't even filming. Now you've seen the graceful side of Jen. I'm fine, by the way, but yes, I fall. And I fall humorously and often. Anyway, took off the, I don't know if you can see the glisten starting, but I'm already sweating. So I think I'm gonna go pull my hair back off my neck. I was hoping to leave it down today so it would look cute tomorrow, but I think that's a pipe dream at this point. And then I'm gonna sit down for a minute and rest under a fan. And then I'll come back to do some more work in the kitchen. Okay, hair's up, did a little relaxing, let my hip and my knee kind of calm down a little bit. Nothing's swelling, nothing's swollen, nothing's broken, everything's fine. Probably be a little sore later, but this is what happens when you're old and you start kneeling on the floor with bad knees and bad hips and bad back and all of that stuff. Anyway, I'm fine. But now it's time to get back to work in this here kitchen. So let's do it, shall we? Video, but Ida came home. She had been at her grandmother's overnight. Her birthday is tomorrow, so we are she went and celebrated with her grandmother last night, her grandparents last night, and they brought her back today on their way to a doctor's appointment. So I forgot that it was filming, so I'll just edit it out. Anyway, so now you can see kind of vaguely back there that there are some lemons. There's a bag of lemons, and I am zesting them and then juicing them, and I'm going to make lemonade concentrate to put in my freezer. So that is next on the list. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through what I'm doing, and then we'll speed up the video. But essentially, I have here a zester. These Pampered Chef has one. I haven't had a chance to buy it yet, but I'm told it's amazing. This one I've probably had for 25 years. So, you know, do with that what you will. Anyway, I'm just zesting. You only want to take the yellow off. You want to leave that pithy white part. It's very bitter, and it doesn't make for good lemonade. You know what I mean? So basically what I'm going to do is zest all these lemons. And then I'll come back and I'll show you how to make the lemonade concentrate. You can turn it off now. Okay. So I've zested all the lemons. This is the zest of a dozen lemons, okay? It's a lot of zest, but man, you should be here. I wish we had smell-o-vision where you could like scratch the screen and sniff it, because it smells really good. Anyway, now that I'm done sniffing, yeah, anyway, so now I'm going to take my handy dandy juicer. I have a masticating juicer, but I'm not using that because I don't want all the pith in it. So I'm gonna hand job it. Phrasing is a thing. I'm going to work on this now and try really hard not to get any seeds. So I have found that if you squeeze one side, then the other, you get more juice out of your lemon. Another way to get juice out of your lemon is to take it like this and roll it back and forth on the counter. It kind of breaks up everything on the inside and helps the juice come out a little more freely. So, I'll be back. Okay. Oh, just keep going. All right, so I got a 1.3 cups of lemon juice out of those 12 lemons. So essentially what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dump some of this in here along with some sweetener, which normally I would use maple syrup, but I'm fairly certain that I'm out of that. So I'm gonna probably use whatever's left of the maple syrup and then some honey and possibly some regular old sugar and mix it up. And I'm going to pour it into like ice cream cube trays and freeze it that way so that we have a glass of lemonade whenever we want it. Okay, so as it turns out, I bought molasses, not maple syrup, last month, so we're just going to use sugar for this particular batch. This is 1.3 cups, and I'm going to use 3/4 cup of sugar. If I'm being honest with you, I like my lemonade a little bit on the sweet side, but not too sweet. So that is what we're doing. There are some ice cube trays coming my way. Thank you ever so much, Phantom Hand, running behind camera. I think her is afraid of you. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of this and put it in there because it gives it that excessively lemon flavor. The rest of it I will freeze in water in another ice cube tray. So I'm going to rinse my hands real fast because I don't need any more lemon juice or oil in the cuts I have on my fingers. Let's just say I learned that I have cuts on my fingers today. Okay, and then I'm going to give this a good whisk. Because of the acidity of the lemon juice, I don't have to heat this in order for the sugar to melt. Or dissolve, not melt. I knew what I meant. Anyway, so listen, if you're enjoying this video and you want to keep up with what goes on in the little town of Laurel, or you want to keep up with what goes on here on our little farm homestead, be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, the little bell thing. I don't know. My editor slash camera person is behind the camera rolling her eyes right now because I can't remember. So yeah. Anyway, okay. This doesn't look like there's any more sugar on the bottom. So essentially what I'm going to do is play with that for a while. I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe out the ice cube trays. They're not dirty, but you know, you don't want even a little speck of dust in your lemonade, right? So I'm going to just get all of this done. Do the same thing with the one that I freeze. Okay, there we go. And then I'm just going to take and I'm going to pour this in here. And you could use 1 or 2 depending on how much, you know, lemonade you're making, how big your glass is, that sort of thing. And there's that. 1 whole ice cube tray. Now I'm going to add some water to this. Okay. And then we're going to take a little scoop when I find it. Probably going to take more than one of these little scoops to fill up the little tray bin things, but here we go. going to take me a minute, so I'll be back with you. And here you have it. These will be frozen cubes of lemonade concentrate, and these are going to be lemon zest frozen in ice water. It becomes ice, but anyway, you know what I mean. Okay, so now we have our lemonade concentrate and our ice cubes of zest, and that's where I'm going to end this video. So thanks so much for joining us from our farmhouse to wherever it is that you call home. We hope that you have a wonderful week, and God bless.